Here's the thing. A lot of people ask me, Laurel, do I have to have a value bomb when it comes to power content? Here's what I tell people. Okay, I'm gonna erase this. It all depends, and you guys have seen me do this exercise before, right? For those of you guys who are new, my discovery call accelerator is there's 3 phases of it, right? The first phase is when you need the most volume. The second phase is when you still need volume, but you need it a little bit more friction points. You don't want to talk to too many people. And then the highest one is quality, okay? The most volume is when I suggest messenger conversations, right? There's no friction. If you ask someone to have a quick messenger conversation, they don't have to get on an application. They don't have to set time in their calendar to talk to you over the phone, right? But once you're having too many messenger conversations, and by the way, shout out to Contessa. I don't think Contessa's here today, but shout out to Contessa. Contessa set out in 90 days. She started in January and ended in March. She set out a goal to have 150 messenger conversations. In that 3-month period, she sold her first 12 clients in a row. It's freaking amazing. It was because she had the most volume. Now she knows what type of conversations fire up her audience, right? What gets them to buy. So now she can take one, if she wants to, she can take one step up and say, you know what, I'm just going to go add to application. That's going to add friction. So she's going to have less conversations, but she's going to have a little bit more friction where people are going to have to put time on their calendar for her, right? So this is where we go once we're at, you know, we've validated our offer. But I will say this, and Victor will nod his head. Victor loves living in the most volume. A lot of people love living in the most volume. Why is that? When his clients have call setters, they are hungry to talk to people and they sell more. Like, I have clients who are literally at 6 figures a month and they still are here because they love feeding their sales team volume. If you're a solopreneur like me, I want to put as many friction points in my funnel because my business has been here for 5 years. I don't really use 2-steps or messenger conversations unless I want to get the absolute highest quality possible, because I just don't have time to sit in messenger and help people solve problems anymore. As a matter of fact, that is why I started my $7 program. How many of you guys knew that? The reason I started my $7 program was to create friction so that I could have the same conversations that I was having in Messenger, but one-to-many. So I tell people, if they want my help in Messenger, join my $7 program. It's friction, right? And don't worry, we're going to talk about the solution for Messenger conversations here in a minute, okay? The highest quality, that's where your VSL or webinar funnels come in. A lot of people start here and then they wonder why they don't make any sales because they haven't validated their offer. They're paying Facebook a shit ton of money to get leads for a webinar that they haven't validated the offer on. So this is why my Discovery Call Accelerator works so well, is because we're micro-stepping friction into our sales funnel. All of these are sales funnels, right? So that was kind of a long path to get to the question, should you do a value bomb or not? Well, if you think about what I just told you, most of my clients in my agency, they're not sitting there giving away value bombs. So their power content is just that, it's value. And it just ends. They might do it for engagement and ask an engaging question so that we can get the social proof, but they're not getting people to download value bombs. So my question to you is, how much volume do you need? If you need the most volume, you need a value bomb. If you need to have more conversations, you need a value bomb. If you don't, right? If you already have a dialed in funnel and you're just trying to scale, Just use power content to nurture your audience and give them as much value in that 3 to 5 minute video as possible, right? Because think about this, if you're spending money on a VSL or webinar and you're spending $5,000, $10,000 a month in ads, only 30, if you're lucky, only 30% of people are opting in to see that webinar. What do you do with the other 70%? You retarget them to your power content. That's going to feed them the same information that you have in your webinar, right? You take your 3 webinar pillars and they're your 3 pieces of power content.